Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Automation, and today I'm gonna be doing a request by a viewer. I'm sorry I forgot the name, but it is to build a 2005 military recon vehicle, and it should be light, responsive, responsive engine, high off-road capabilities obviously. And for that reason I think I'm gonna go with this body shell, because it's the smallest one, like the smallest off-roader kind of body. So this is the lightest one. Let's make it a little bit Land Rover-ish with the dead straight back, and extend the back a little bit. Sure. Now here's the thing, he did not say anything about it having to be cheap. Obviously I'm not gonna make it from carbon fiber. AHS steel compared to corrosion resistant steel, I think. Yeah, AHS steel is the way to go. The engine will be placed longitudinally. We're gonna go with McPherson's up front and coil springs on the rear end, so we have the maximum, off-roading capabilities. How wide are our tires? Not very wide. Let's go with corrosion resistant steel for the panels. Let's make those a little bit wider, because I don't think 165mm front tires are very good. 185s, 195s, yeah sure, okay. Since this is not an AMW model, I don't feel like I have to make it look like one. So let's do something like this, and then I got an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work out the way I imagine it, but we'll try. Give it some of these. And then well, if you can't see the inner lights, then it's not really, that's not really the point of this whole thing. But we can put something like that in the bottom area of this and put the indicators inside of it. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Oh, also, for those of you who have been watching my Car Mechanic Simulator 2015 series, where I've repeatedly said that I would like to work a little bit on my Golf diesel, I have been to the tuner shop in town yesterday, and they said there's no such thing as a new intake manifold with direct injection for a Golf 3 TDI, and he recommended me to just buy a sport air filter, and so I just did that, and it's gonna arrive this Friday, probably, if not next Monday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm gonna do. It's not gonna be, you know, amazing. It's maybe gonna improve horsepower output by like 3 horsepower maybe. I don't expect much more than that. So I can't even say for sure if it's worth the investment. But yeah, hey, who can say no to an upgrade that costs 69 euros? Anyway. We are at the tail light section here. What do? We want to keep this relatively simple, so therefore, is this the right size? Yes, so let's clone you, make an orange one as well. And then I'm gonna do something that, you know, this is gonna make the taillights look like there's some kind of metal grid around them that protects them so that they don't break as easily. Yeah, that's what this is for. And I'm gonna add a badge as well, like here. The exhausts are gonna be underneath this bumper somewhere. They don't need to be clearly visible. This is not really a car for show. It's more for the purpose. So let's give it one of these actually. And put a number plate on top of that, and I think then we're basically done with the design of this thing. Yeah, I mean, we don't need much more than that. So let's make this all-wheel drive, which is like kind of obvious, isn't it? Like, if it's gonna be off-road, if it's gonna be an off-roader, it should pretty much be all-wheel drive, I guess. Let's make it green, and then give this thing a an N94, I think, aluminium, to keep it light. As far as capacity goes, let's see. I don't wanna turbocharge this thing, because turbocharging is always not only expensive but also makes it heavier and less drivable. Let's go for 101 stroke and then bore it up until we get to like, yeah, 2.5 liters is not that bad actually, I think. Let's keep it here. Now it should have a responsive engine, which is why I think I'm gonna go with the 4 valve per cylinder setup. I could go for the 5 valve per cylinder, but I don't really wanna, because it's expensive, and well, more expensive than a 4 valve, and let's give this thing some I-beam steel conrod and some forged pistons, so we can rev it relatively high for its size at least. VVT on all cams for improved responsiveness, I guess, and better power output. Let's try 50 for now. 10.4 or something like that. naturally aspirated. Economy doesn't really matter on this car. I don't really yeah, sure, I'm gonna go for throttle per cylinder for better responsiveness. Cause fuck it, why not? In regular fuel, so we can run it on basically anything. 7,000 RPM maybe? Long tubular. How much power are we expecting to make? This is pretty much as much as we are expecting. 203 horsepower. We got RPM issues, really? Let's go with this then. And we got a little bit of valve float. Which is fine. I think we're gonna... Wait, what is our responsiveness? 60.3, that's actually really good. We can afford to go a little bit lower on the RPM. And on the cam profile. And then up the compression a little bit. Since the fuel economy is not that important, we can increase this a little bit more. Ah, come on. One more point. There we go, 200 horsepower. So this is reliable. 72.1 in 2005 is actually really good. It is responsive. 64.2 for an engine that's not a sports engine. It's like incredible. And then economy is actually not that bad. 22.28%. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it could be worse. So for drivability and off-road, I think automatic is a little bit better. 5 gears, like a Mercedes. Top speed is not as important, but acceleration is. Let's give this thing a manual locker. Gonna keep this 50 to 50 for that is the best off-road setup. Also, somebody pointed out that I sometimes I sound differently, but that probably has to do, you can probably hear a difference right now, that has to do with how I position myself and the mic at all times. Like, as I said, you're probably already noticing a difference, and if I like move my seat or something, I sound differently again, so that's the reason. It's probably not my recording software's fault. Anyway, off-road tires. Go for the maximum that we can have here. More tire profile. 15-inch rims are fine. Let's go with these rims. Yeah, steel rims, definitely. Vented discs and solid discs. Off-road skid tray, obviously. Then way less cooling. Still enough though. Let's just make sure. So even if you take this car off-road somewhere in the desert now, now it should have enough cooling to provide, you know, cool air for the engine even in that situation. We'll talk about the amount of seats. For now, I think the interior, like, this is not a comfort car or anything like that. So Let's give it basic interior and no entertainment. And maybe a basic CD. It will add weight though. And then standard 2000 safety. Let's see what's the best off-road setup. Springs, hydro, pneumatic. Might as well go for semi-active sway bars here. And then the off-road preset and 1061. So the weight limit was 1100 kilograms or less. So this is below that. Reliability is strong. Economy is actually not that bad. Total cost is okay. Service costs are average. They're not super cheap, but also not expensive really. Drivability is good. What else? Off-road 63.03. Pretty much, you know, as much as you can have with this body, I guess. Acceleration time is not bad at all. 6.9 seconds. Tell you what. Wait, 63.03 right here. What if we change the amount of seats? We lose about 40 kilograms of weight. We gain stats, even comfort. You know, safety went down just a little bit. Yeah, off-road stayed the same. So you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it there, and then the back is, you know, it can be used for some utility stuff or something, I guess. Let's go with a manual gearbox, and you can see the acceleration time is going to be quite a bit better, but the drivability went down. What about off-roading? It went up slightly. But you can really notice the great engine responsiveness, because whenever he shifts, the engine, like, you can see the speed climbing right away. There's no delay in that. Whenever he's done shifting, the engine starts pulling right away. So if the engine responsiveness was bad, for example in an old muscle car in the 60s or something, you would even be able to see in the game that when you shift, there's a little bit of delay, and then it slowly rounds up, and then it starts going, and that's not the case here at all. So reliability with the manual is even better. Or wait, did that change anything? Yeah, it did actually. So what do we go for? I mean, that's basically up to you now. The basic tuning is done. Whether you want a manual or an automatic is up to you now. Here's the stats with the automatic, and here's the stats with the manual. What you prefer is basically up to you. I would probably go for the manual because I like shifting myself, and also it's faster and it's sportier, and it's just, you know, whereas I can see other people preferring the automatic because it's more comfortable and maybe, you know, easier to drive, but it's slower. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.